An MLA sent a helicopter once. Is Meghalaya beef eating state?
Of course it is.
Agar shadi hoti hai, the man goes into the women's house.
One of the serious problems is drugs.
Drugs. Personally, Meghalaya, other than the fact that it's going into elections with its 60 seats, is a favorite because it's one of the very few, for a feminist like me, the last of the few existing matrilineal societies, Rajdeep, where women just don't occupy space, dominate public space, where everything is different of what we know of it in North India.
Should I disappoint Preeti Choudhry,
Really?
not the Chunaav Choudhry?
You're kidding me.
I'll tell you how I'll disappoint you. Look at the politics of Meghalaya. Yes. How many women are actually in positions of power in Meghalaya? Very few. I don't think, I'm subject to correction, but Meghalaya has never had a woman chief minister.
Since 72, it's a new state.
That's 50
I
years.
agree,
Preeti, come on. Let's not defend the indefensible.
I'm
it's
not defending the indefensible, but the sheer fact, wahan par agar shadi hoti hai, the man goes into the women's house, women inherits property. If I was in Meghalaya, sir, I'm the third daughter. The third daughter inherits everything.
My friend Patricia Mukim,
right.
Shillong Times, told me day before yesterday over a wonderful breakfast that Khasi breakfast that she gave me, a figure that stunned me. 45% of households in Meghalaya are single women households. Husband's not there. And while a matrilineal society is looked at in a positive fashion, that women are being empowered, they have rights to property, there's a flip side to it. And therefore, you know, there's a darker side to the Meghalaya story. This is just one aspect of it. And I think that needs to be also looked at closely, whether a matrilineal society has truly empowered women. Beyond, of course, property rights that they are, which are very important. But politically, I mean, I didn't sense women being empowered. I'll give you an interesting case study of a lady called Angela Rangat. She's an activist and she's contesting the election as an independent. And she's having to crowdsource because at the end of the day, in a male-dominated political universe, sorry to say, the monies are monopolized by men. And therefore, it's a huge struggle for the likes of her to make a mark. She's running a very good campaign. She's an activist, raising all the right issues. Where does that go? Patricia herself, Patricia Mukim of Shillong Times, petrol bomb was thrown at her 3 years ago in 2018 because of some of the stories that were being done in her newspaper. Did anybody come and sort of stand up for her, defend her? Very few. So, matrilineal society, yes, but don't make it now something that, this is what I want to see. I know you come from Haryana, which is, therefore you are sort of looking.
As patriarchal as it gets.
That's right. So,
not that Maharashtra, all the three other states you come from.
Actually, while I was saying that, that there's not been a single chief minister who's a woman from Meghalaya, let's be honest, what are we in India today? One woman chief minister out of 29 states and union territories in Mamata Banerjee. Maharashtra has never had a woman chief minister. I mean, we talk about, the great traditions of Iravarti Karve, of Savitribai Phule, of all, the fact that this is a state which has seen social revolution, but we haven't had a woman chief minister. Why? I mean, what does that say? So I think political empowerment, since we are talking about elections, I would like to see out of 60 candidates in the 60 in the previous assembly, I think less than 5% or 10% were women. That's not good enough.
No, that's not good enough at all. Even Nagaland's going, and Nagaland's never had an MLA that has been a
that's
woman.
Right.
Not a single representative that's been a woman.
It's awful.
So it is awful, but to me, at least somewhere down the line, I like the concept of a matrilineal society.
You know what
I love it.
Look, I spent, a lovely Saturday evening with the Shillong Chamber Choir.
Right.
And all these, wonderful women who are part of the choir, along with, of course, men. But they were so open, conversational, independent, and it was great sort of just chatting with them. And, you sense that they were, women with minds of their own. But that's I wish I saw more of that, right?
Okay.
When I went to political party offices, as usual, all run by men.
I'm sure. But that's the sad hallmark of politics in the country, Rajdeep.
Yeah, that used to be the hallmark of newsrooms also.
The three stuck, what I was looking at. Number one, BJP 2018 had 2 seats tied up with NPP. Came into government. Now they're fighting all 60 seats. It's amazing. Only the BJP can do something like that. Number two, if I'm looking at and you can, draw on those. TMC overnight becomes the principal opposition because it takes away everything from the Congress. The Congress is wiped out this time, looking at fresh faces. There's UDP also somewhere in the middle trying to play kingmaker. Can you simplify it all for us politically?
Okay, let's try and simplify it. The first one is the interesting one. You've got the National People's Party, the ruling party of Conrad Sangma, which was part of a coalition government that included UDP and BJP.
Right.
Amit Shah comes to a rally in Meghalaya the other day and said this has been the most corrupt and inefficient government in the history of Meghalaya. They haven't even set up a single private medical college. Guess what? The BJP was part of this government. The Health and Family Welfare Minister was from the BJP. Alexander Heck. Nice name. Alexander Lalu Heck, as he called himself. Look, the fact is the BJP has used the NPP to get a toehold into Meghalaya.
Right.
They had just 2 MLAs. Like they've used in Nagaland, used all the local parties to get a toehold.
Tripura, 2% to 44%.
Yeah, but at least in Tripura it's the BJP.
True.
In all these other states they banked on regional parties. Arunachal Pradesh, what did they do? Prema Khandu's party was in the Congress. They made it, the Arunachal
Right.
Congress almost overnight became the BJP. So they've plucked either important leaders or done tie-ups like with Conrad Sangma to get a toehold, make themselves more legitimate. And now just before the elections have said, to hell with Conrad Sangma, we're going to form our own government, anti-incumbencies against you, Conrad Sangma, you're corrupt, you're inefficient. We are the honest, right guys, please vote for us. Mr. Modi is very wildly popular. Let me tell you that. In Meghalaya.
Christian-dominated.
In a Christian-dominated state, Mr. Modi is very popular, no doubt about it, because I think one thing the BJP has done is put a lot of money through central schemes into the northeast. And you can see that in infrastructure development taking place. It doesn't mean the BJP is going to win Meghalaya or get a majority, but it means that it's growing, it's expanding. And it's going to expand at the cost of some of the regional parties like they've done across the country.
Second,
Trinamool.
Trinamool. It's really important for Trinamool to leave a big footprint this time in Meghalaya, especially if it harbors national ambitions. It needs at least that 6% vote to become a national party itself.
Absolutely. And I asked this question to Abhishek Banerjee, who I interviewed in Meghalaya, and he's never really done an interview for a national channel. And he said exactly what he accepted, that Meghalaya was very important for the BJP, for the Trinamool's national ambitions. Because you see, you can't, at the moment, like it or not, they're seen as a Bengal-centric party. When they went to Goa, people saw Mamata Banerjee as from Bengal. They didn't see her as a leader who could reach out to Goa. They thought, fish is the connection, it didn't work. Football is the connection, it didn't work. They don't have Feni in Bengal. I don't know what they drink there. But the fact is, it didn't work for them in Goa.
Who drinks Feni?
They tried in Tripura, didn't work. Over the years, a lot of the Trinamool Congress MLAs who got elected in Tripura later, once they got elected, switched back to the Congress or went somewhere else. That's happened in Meghalaya too. Out of the 12 Congress MLAs who switched to the Trinamool Congress, a few of them have gone to the NPP and BJP. So look, in Meghalaya, there's no ideology. So, each individual is almost like a sort of, has his own,
How strong do you see Mukul Sangma, who's leading the TMC?
Look at
Former
Mukul Sangma.
Congress.
Mukul Sangma is contesting, his wife is contesting, his daughter is contesting, his son-in-law is contesting, and one more, 5 members of the family. So what is he, out of those 24 seats in the Garo Hills, 24 are in the Garo Hills and 36 are in the Jaintia and Khasi Hills. So the Trinamool Congress is
So
primarily
the 3 hills
focusing
you're
on
talking about are the region-wise, you can split Meghalaya into 3
regions, Garo, Jaintia and the Khasi Hills. The battle that the Trinamool Congress is having with the NPP is primarily in the Garo Hills, because you've got Mukul Sangma versus Conrad Sangma. Mukul Sangma's family versus Conrad Sangma. His brother too is in politics, his sister is an MP, so it's family Raj. And they control the Garo area, which is relatively underdeveloped. Come to the Khasi area, and that's where the UDP comes in. I've seen political rallies and rallies. What a rally the UDP staged in this sort of middle of West Khasi Hills. Great music, people were dancing. I won't say what else was happening out there, but...
what else was happening? Alcohol?
No, not alcohol. One of the serious problems is drugs. Serious problem, I think, is drugs. And a lot of the young people I saw clearly were, smoking joints, and it was, interesting for me to see what was happening. But the UDP is the original party of Meghalaya, much like the MGP in Goa. They were the party which...
They have never been not in power.
They've never been not in power because they at least 10 to 12 seats out of the Khasi belt are seats with the UDP wins. Very strongly affiliated with the Khasi identity, a Christian Khasi tribal identity. And they now are saying, they won't say it on camera, but they are saying that, we want the chief ministership.
Okay.
And then you've got the Congress party.
All new people. So it could actually work for the Congress.
It could work for the Congress. The Congress has given I think 75 to 80% of their tickets are to
From
those under the age of
principal
45.
opposition to being wiped out.
The Congress party has decided that we've had enough of investing in leaders who leave us post-election or strike deals. Mukul Sangma was a big blow for them 2 years ago. So they've gone the complete flip side. They've got Vincent Pala, 3-time MP from the Khasi, Jaintia areas, the richest MLA, by the way. Richest candidate, 90 crores in assets. I met him. He lives in a very interesting... No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Did he look rich?
No, what do you mean by look rich?
Because I have been in UP and I've actually...
No, he doesn't look...
An MLA sent a helicopter once, which I didn't get onto, but...
You see, he told me, look, I made my money before politics. I was in coal mining. Look, a lot of the money in Meghalaya is in natural resources, especially coal mining. The NGT came a few years ago and stopped coal mining, so it's gone underground. But the money is made. Vincent Pala comes from the Jaintia Hills, where he claims he had several coal mines. But he interestingly lives in this lovely house which was owned by Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, the late president
Who's he
of
married
India.
to, I want to know. It's
Vincent
a
Pala?
matrilineal. Yeah, it's a matrilineal
Ma'am,
society.
I didn't ask Vincent Pala whom he's married to, but what is interesting is he lives in the house which was owned by Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, which he very pointedly told me whenever Indira Gandhi came to Shillong, she stayed here. So it's a nice, lovely old colonial bungalow which seemed to have more rooms than I could imagine, because everywhere I went there was a room. And Vincent Pala, then I told Mr. Pala, I said, you're the richest candidate, but I don't see any Congress posters anyway. I see BJP, Trinamool and NPP. Where are the Congress posters? He said, no, we believe in conserving our resources and directly connecting with the people. Door-to-door campaign. So I said, okay, door-to-door campaign, but is it going to help you win an election? He said, well, this is our way now of fighting a Meghalaya election. The only poster I saw was of Supriya Srinath. She was coming there for a press conference.
Pawan Kera and Tripura.
Yeah, but he was coming for a press conference. She was coming for a press conference. Look, the Congress clearly has decided to conserve its resources. The BJP's put all their effort. The Prime Minister's been there. Amit Shah is there. The Prime Minister is going to have a road show. I'm told Rahul Gandhi will be there once on the 22nd, but beyond that,
Mamta's there on the 22nd.
But senior Congress leaders have not gone into Meghalaya.
It's a stupid question, but is Meghalaya beef-eating state?
Of course it is.
It is, right?
I mean, I had the most wonderful smoked
would-
beef and beef curry. It was wonderful. I mean, the Shillong Chamber Choir cooked for me.
Okay.
And there was pork curry, there was beef curry,
Right.
there was smoked beef, there was chicken.
So what happens? I just want to know, for somebody who's just sitting there on the outside, who is a true blue Hindutvawadi BJP ideology aligned, how does he accept that the BJP is allowing beef to be on the table?
No, because
Meghalaya.
because the fact is that what Asaduddin Owaisi said is right, and you can look at it two ways. Asaduddin Owaisi once said, for the BJP, beef is mummy in Uttar Pradesh and it's yummy in Goa and the Northeast. And he's right. Now, there are two ways to look at it. One is to say that this is exposing the hypocrisy. The other way is to say BJP is a pragmatic party. It adjusts itself depending on who its constituency is. If it is in Meghalaya and needs to reach out to Christian, they say, okay, beef is
The
fine.
BJP president in Meghalaya is Christian.
That's right. I was at a church service on Sunday Mass,
Right.
and Paul Barla landed up there. John Barla. He's the John Barla, the Union Minister of Minority Affairs from the BJP. He had come there to the church service, hoping that his presence there will reassure the Christian citizenry that look, we are also church. We have church-going leaders. The irony is, Derek O'Brien, your friend, was there the day before, meeting the same church leaders, and Vincent Pala, who's a great favorite of the church from the Congress, was also there the day before that. One more tip. If you want to go on a holiday, there's a lovely resort called Tripura Castle. I didn't stay there, but I saw it from the outside. It's
Is
a
this
nice
a
place.
friend's?
It's Pradyut Dev Burman, the Tripura ruling
no
family.
plugs. We don't
no,
do
no,
plugs.
no, it's not plug. You see, I'm honest. Where's the plug? Pradyut is not paying me for saying this, but it's a beautiful place.
Okay,
Actually, the real beauty of Meghalaya is not Shillong anymore. In fact, Shillong, like most hill stations of this
It's
country,
horrible.
has got destroyed by man.
Yeah.
Man, and construction.
Horrid.
But if you go further down, I'm told there
Did
are
you
wonderful.
go? You hate the hills. Why don't you admit it?
Yeah, I don't like the hills. Yeah, I don't. The hills depress me.
I should have gone to Meghalaya.
Yeah, you
not
should have
you.
gone. I realize you should have gone. But I have lots of friends there, which you don't. And
Thank you.
in the sense that there are people I know from before in Meghalaya.
Yes.
But yeah, I will introduce my friends to you. So next time,
Thank you.
please go.
Okay, great. So we're going to see you there. All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you for Nagaland very soon.